Good morning. I'm starting to lose count on my days. I think this is day 9. But anyway, so the customer, oh, by the way, I'm Van White, Backyard Carpenter. Baby boomers can do. And Jane is getting ready to go do her thing at the WAP. But anyway, we're on YouTube. And if you go over there, please subscribe and like us, make any comments. But this is the table, and the customers came over, and we showed them a number of different stains, and they have decided on what is called early American stain. So what I've done, went over the table one more time with my palm sander with the 180 grit, just, you know, doing some final sanding, smoothing it out. And now then I went over with a damp towel to get off the excess sawdust off. Oh, by the way, it's about 47 degrees this morning, but we're going to have a high around 70, so it's a perfect day to be working inside on this. And I am in my garage, not in my backyard, so I got to protect this table, which the customer thinks now that it's like 1880, not 1883, so 1880. So still, it's an old table. And now I got to let it dry out after hitting it with a damp towel. Now I'll give you updates when I start staining it. So stay tuned. All right, I wiped down the table and with a damp towel, so now it's dry. All right, so what I'm going to be using is this is a brush that's designed for all paints and stains. All right, so that's what I'm going to be using. All right, this is the stain I'm going to be using, which is early American. All right, so everything blends together. Of course, I got my gloves on. Okay, and all right. You could use a foam. I'm sorry, I lost my thought for a second. You could use a foam brush, or you could use this type brush, right? Or you could use a rag, right? Either way, you put the stain on by rag, you put it on by brush. It's, you know, whatever you want to do. Right? So I'm choosing a brush. All right, so I'm going to slide my table a little closer to me. All right. So here we go. All right, when you're staining, you know, you got to kind of move kind of quickly with it. All right, so because I don't want to leave any kind of streaking going on. Right now I'm just going to do the edges and the top and not worry about the sides yet. So I'm going across with the grain, okay, with the grain. All right, so the grain is running this way, and that's how I'm going. All right. Just make sure that I'm not missing any spots. All right. I have completely coming across the top of the table with the stain. Now I'm going to take a nice dust-free, linen-free rag and start blending all this in with this rag. All right. done. You know, I might do some secondary staining, but now I gotta do the bottom part. Alright, so got my stain, got my little stool. Here we go. Okay, I got all the parts done on the end here with the the turnings and spindles, so now it's a matter of just wiping out the excess stain. Okay, the next thing I gotta do is I'm coming across the poplar. That was my framework, and it's in the hardwood family, but it still can be kind of soft, but it's very, very lightweight, and it stains wonderfully. All right. Well, I got the first staining done. I'm going to let it sit for a while and then come back and address it again. May do the top one more time, but that's got to be, I think this is day 9, but I'm banned back our Carpenter baby booms can't do, but I've got all the legs, the sides, the poplar support members. We have a little bit of cedar also supporting the middle leg, so it's about as far as I can take it for right now, so I'll update you a little later, okay? Have a great afternoon.
Okay, hello. I hope you can see me under here. Not the easiest position to be in or the most comfortable way to work, but what I'm doing today is staining the frame that Van built for this table. Let me take these off, that's better. He's got one coat of stain on the table, and I'm staining these pieces under here that are made out of poplar wood. So it's not the most comfortable position, but it won't take long to do this. I'll paint the stain on and then wipe it off and let it dry. So it shouldn't take too terribly long. It's just not real easy to get in and out of here. Oh, by the way, I'm Jane, baby back. I forget this all the time because we don't say it like we used to. Backyard carpenters, baby boomers can do. I'm Jane. Van's gone to the shooting range. And like a good wife, I'm helping him out on his project. About lying down on the job, I think I can say this is the first time I've ever actually done this. Not the easiest thing I've ever done, but very interesting to see the table from this angle. And even though it will never be seen, we just always want to do our very best on a piece of furniture, especially one that's this old, almost 200 years old. And I know probably there will just be little children crawling underneath the table. Still, that's part of the piece of furniture, and we feel like it needs to be the same color, top and bottom. So I finished one side. I'll go work on the other side, and then we'll be through with that. The things I do for this man.
So y'all got to watch Jane, and I got to go change shirts. Let's try that again. I had the wrong t-shirt on. So, and a previous part of this, you saw Jane, and she was underneath staining, and for us older people, that can be kind of tough. So what I'm getting ready to do is I'm going to take, again, 4-aught fine steel wool, and I'm going to go all the way across the surface. Then I'm going to clean it off. All right, and then again do the damp towel like I've done before, and then let it dry out. And I'm going to come back, and I'm actually going to do the stain by hand this time. You know, in a rag, in circular motion instead of the brush. So let me get started on steel wool. So again, this is, you know, you can see right there, it's got in the red 4 zeros, 4-aught. So I'm gonna be going across, I'm gonna whip the grain again. In the meanwhile, we're trying to find my missing wedding band.
It's not in there.
Oh, she said it's not in the glove that I was using this morning. Oh no! So, let me not bore you with this. You know, I'm just gonna go all the way and blow it off, wipe it off, and make sure I get all the steel wool off. You know, it is leaving little debris of steel wool. So I'll show you what I'm doing as soon as I get done with this part. Okay, what I'm doing is I'm doing my hand across, and if I feel any roughness, then I hit it again with this 4-aught steel wool. When I feel something, I just hit it again. Alright, so what I gotta do now is just blow it off with a blower, and then take a damp rag and go over it, and then I'll come back and stain it by hand. Instead of a brush, I'll stain it by hand. So, alright, let's blow this thing off and wipe her down, and then I gotta crawl under there and do some putty work in the bottom. I have scrubbed it down with the steel wool, and I ran across it with a damp rag, and now I'm taking a dry rag and coming across. Make sure there is no more moisture. Okay, no more moisture. Because I'm getting ready to, by hand, with a rag, not a brush, I'm going to put the second coat of stain. The technique that I'm about to use is, this is a clean rag, okay, brand new clean rag, and I've just got some stain in a little container here, right? And then I'm going in a circle motion this time, right? Still kind of going with the grain, but I'm doing a circle. And this time I'm going to let it stay on a lot longer. Alright. So I'm making sure that I'm not missing any wood. So this is the second coat. So I've completed rubbing the stain in this time. And another thing that the steel wool did is it kind of roughed the surface just a little bit so that the stain could hold a little bit better. I need to turn it around so I can see myself. Anyway, so now I'm going to let this sit a lot longer than I did the first coat. And then I'll come and wipe off the excess. But already it's looking a lot better. So right now I'm a happy camper. Okay, this is the end of day number 9. antique dining room table. So this time I am not gonna do a certain, I'm going with the grain to wipe off the excess stain, okay? That's what I'm doing, alright? I'm looking low to make sure I get the excess off. Alright, so I'll finish wiping this down. For right now, I'll tell you that I'm a backyard carpenter. Where baby boomers can do, backyard carpenter, baby boomers can do. The reason we have to put the baby boomers can do because there's a lot of backyard carpenters on YouTube. But if you're on YouTube watching this, please subscribe, like, any comments, and I'll see you for day number 10